Good evening, and welcome to your AIDailyPress evening podcast for March 28, 2025. Firstly, we've been following the developing situation between the United States and Greenland over strategic interests. The U.S. has been accused of imperial overreach, and we invite our listeners to share their thoughts on this complex issue. Secondly, the conflict between Russia and Ukraine continues to escalate, with both sides engaging in intense fighting and diplomatic efforts struggling to gain traction. We urge all parties involved to prioritize diplomacy and work towards a peaceful resolution that respects the sovereignty and territorial integrity of Ukraine. Lastly, we're covering a story that's raising concerns about academic freedom and the rights of international students in the United States. Several students and scholars have been detained or face deportation due to their involvement in pro-Palestinian activism or criticism of Israeli policies. We want to hear from you. Do you think these detentions are justified, or do they represent an overreach by U.S. immigration authorities? Share your thoughts with us on social media using the hashtag #AIDailyPress. That's all for now. Thank you for joining us this evening. We'll be back tomorrow with more news and analysis. Until then, good night, and stay informed. And as always, that's the way it is. Now for the latest in social and cultural news, here is Barbara Waters.
Thank you, Walter. Firstly, in the Middle East, tensions between Israel and Lebanon have escalated after an Israeli airstrike on Beirut's southern suburb. The attack targeted a drone storage unit, allegedly used by the Iranian-backed militia Hezbollah. The situation remains volatile, with both sides accusing each other of violating the fragile ceasefire. In other news, we're seeing significant changes within the UK's Labour Party. Keir Starmer's Director of Communications, Matthew Doyle, has announced his resignation after just 9 months in the role. This move comes as a surprise, given Doyle's experience and reputation within the party. We'll be keeping a close eye on how this development affects the party's communications strategy. Lastly, we're also following a story out of 10 Downing Street, where Labour Party officials are adjusting to the new departures and appointments. James Lyons and Steph Driver will take over key roles in the party's communications team, bringing fresh perspectives and ideas to the table. We'll be diving deeper into these stories and providing updates as more information becomes available. In the meantime, we want to hear from you. Share your thoughts on these developing stories with us on social media using the hashtag #AIDailyPress. Thank you for joining me this evening, and we'll be back tomorrow with more news and analysis from around the world. Good night. Now, for the latest in business and finance, here is Louis Risquizer.
Thank you, Barbara. Firstly, we looked at the ongoing trade tensions between the U.S. and China, with President Trump imposing tariffs on Chinese goods and Beijing retaliating with its own measures. However, in a surprising move, Chinese President Xi Jinping has been on a charm offensive, meeting with global executives and business leaders to promote China as a safe and stable place for foreign investment. Secondly, we explored the world of finance, where seasoned market strategist Tarun Bhatia shared his insights on optimal portfolio allocation for FY26 AID. He recommended allocating 40% in equities, split between flexi-cap and large-cap funds, with a focus on diversification to cushion against volatility. Lastly, we examined the importance of investing in digital transformation, AI, and private credit alternative debt, which are expected to drive growth across sectors. Our experts emphasized the need for investors to remain informed and adaptable in order to navigate the complexities of the global market. That's all for tonight, folks. As always, we'll be keeping a close eye on these developments and bringing you updates as more information becomes available. Until next time, stay informed and remember, in the world of global trade and diplomacy, nothing is ever as simple as it seems. Thank you for tuning in to the AIDailyPress Evening Podcast. Now, for the latest in science and technology, here is Carl Starman.
Thank you, Louis. Firstly, NASA's latest developments in nuclear power and controlled fusion are being explored as potential propulsion methods for interstellar travel. These innovative concepts could significantly reduce travel time to other star systems, making the possibility of reaching exoplanets like Proxima Centauri be more feasible. In another story, we delved into the world of science fiction-inspired technologies, including solar sails and ion engines. The Planetary Society's Light Sail project is a great example of how these concepts are being tested and refined for potential use in future space missions. While we may not have hyperdrives or warp speed just yet, these advancements bring us closer to making interstellar travel a reality. Lastly, we looked at the incredible story of a supernova discovery, where a dedicated astronomer spotted an explosion 40 million light-years away. This remarkable event serves as a poignant reminder of the awe-inspiring scale and complexity of the universe, and the importance of continued exploration and observation. These stories showcase the exciting advancements being made in space, travel, and astronomy, from innovative propulsion methods to groundbreaking discoveries. As we continue to push the boundaries of what's possible, it's essential to remember that innovation often starts with imagination. Thank you for joining me on this journey through the fascinating world of space exploration and innovation. Until next time, keep looking up at those stars and wondering what's possible. This is Carl, signing off. Now for the latest in sports, here is Howard Closewell.
Thank you, Carl. I'm your host, Howard, and we're here to give you a rundown of the most exciting stories in sports. In our first segment, we took a closer look at the top WNBA prospects dominating the NCAA tournament. Sonia Citron from Notre Dame, Cheyenne Sellers from Maryland, Haley Van Lith from TCU, Tihina Paopao from South Carolina, Sania Fegan, and Sedona Prince are just a few of the talented athletes making waves in the world of women's basketball. We also dove into the thrilling realm of women's college basketball, where the South Carolina Gamecocks are making headlines with their impressive defensive prowess. The Seatbelt Gang, consisting of Raven Johnson, Bree Hall, and Tihina Paopao, is setting the tone with their tenacious defensive play, and we explored the origins of this iconic celebration. From football to basketball, these talented individuals are redefining the sports landscape. Now for the latest in travel and human interest, here is Charles Curel.
Thank you, Howard. Tonight, we're bringing you a brief summary of our top stories from around the world. We began with a report on a significant maritime incident where a cargo ship collided with another vessel in international waters, resulting in a major oil spill. The environmental impact is still being assessed, but it's clear that this incident will have far-reaching consequences for marine life and coastal communities. Next, we took you to the world of entertainment, where we reviewed the sultry and seductive cabaret show, Sabraj. This risque production has been making waves in the theater scene, pushing boundaries and defying expectations. We spoke with the cast and crew about what makes this show so unique, and why it's a must-see for anyone looking for a night out that's a little bit naughty. Finally, we turned our attention to France, where the Constitutional Court has made a landmark ruling that could have major implications for the country's presidential election. The court's decision to allow local politicians to be barred from office immediately if convicted of a crime has left many wondering what this means for far-right leader Marine Le Pen and her chances in the 2027 presidential race. That's all for tonight's podcast. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the world of news, entertainment, and politics. We'll be back tomorrow with more stories and insights from around the globe. Until then, good night, and à bientôt. Now for the latest in fashion and entertainment, here is Joan Streams.
Thank you, Charles. First up, Apple's rumored all-glass Apple Watch design has everyone buzzing. We've got the scoop on what this could mean for the future of wearable tech. Then, singer-songwriter Grace Potter is releasing a long-lost album, Mother Road, after 15 years. We're excited to share her inspiring story and the timeless themes that make her music so relevant today. And finally, Football and fashion are colliding in a big way with Inter Milan's new partnership with iconic Italian menswear brand Canali. Trust me, darling, when done right, these two worlds can come together in perfect harmony. It's all about style, substance, and a winning combination of excellence and elegance. That's a wrap for tonight, folks. Tune in tomorrow for more news, analysis, and expert insights from the world of tech, entertainment, and beyond. Until next time, keep on geeking out, stay curious, and remember, when football meets style, everyone wins. Face it, darling, it's going to be a fantastic week. Now, for the latest in nature and environment, here is David AntÄ§nio.
Thank you, Joan. Tonight, we're bringing you a recap of our recent stories that highlight the intricate relationships between humans and the natural world. We've been exploring the fascinating worlds of wildlife, reptiles, and conservation efforts, from the heartwarming tales of rescued animals like Yoko the chimpanzee and the 5 lions from Ukraine, to the striking images of coexistence in nature, such as the African bush, elephant, and red-billed quellias. Our stories remind us of the beauty and fragility of life. We've also delved into the complex issues surrounding wildlife trafficking, including the rampant illegal trade of the red sand boa in India, fueled by superstition and myth. And we've examined the cutting-edge field of reptile conservation, where scientists and law enforcement agencies are working together to protect these incredible creatures and their habitats. Lastly, we touched on the remarkable story of attempts to bring back extinct species, like the woolly mammoth, and the ongoing efforts to save our planet's biodiversity. Our stories aim to inspire reflection on our role in protecting the planet and its inhabitants. That's all for tonight's podcast. Thank you for joining me on this journey into the fascinating world of wildlife and conservation. Until next time, good night, and let's continue to explore and protect our incredible planet together. And that completes our evening podcast for today. Thank you for listening. Until tomorrow morning, I'm David AntÄ$nio for AIDailyPress, the world's most unbiased news source.